The following episode of Generation Random is intended for mature audiences and contains adult content and graphic language. Listener discretion is advised. If you're a bit of a sook, prob's not for you.
Life is very random, life is very random, life is very random to say. Life is very random, very, very random, very, very random to say. No, you cannot see, cause life is very random. Life is very random to me, oh yeah. Life is very random to me. Random.
G'day randos, it's Chris with another episode of Generation Random. Look, I had a big guest lined up but fell through, so today I'm stuck with just my wife. Wife, how are you today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Oh, good. And look, in tradition of social distancing and being away from each other, we're actually in the same house, but we're in separate rooms doing this over Skype because I like to keep a theme going for the show. Plus, you don't have to be right next to me in my stinky room, as you call it.
This works well for me.
It does. Look, wife, you're a teacher, and I just wanted to ask you a few questions about that and how it's affecting you. Well, let's get straight into that question. Teaching around the times we have now, how's it affected you, and how does the overall feel about all the teachers, especially at your place of work?
Yeah, well, I think that, just speaking on behalf of myself, not really all of the teachers that I do know, but nothing that we are doing right now reflects anything that we've ideally been trained for, that our profession is meant to do. So it's been a real learning curve for every single one of us. I mean, jumping on all this technology immediately has been really, really hard. I can imagine how much harder that would be for some of the older teachers to completely change the way that we teach. I bet none of us envisioned sitting in front of an empty classroom or just seeing names on a screen. And we might whinge about our classes, we might whinge about our kids, but the same goes like it does for your family. I can say whatever I want, but if somebody else says anything about my kids, they're going to lose their shit. But I think that, we've done an amazing job so far, and we can get slammed. They can do whatever they want. But ideally, we miss our kids. We miss seeing their faces every day, watching them learn. It's what we train to do. But we're hoping that will get rolling next week, which will be really nice, starting that really slow transition. And I think the kids really need that too. The kids are done. They are ready to see their mates. They're ready to see us. And let's hope that, by the end of this term, we'll be back to life as it is and wishing we were still at home in our slippers and jammies.
Look, in a government sort of way, teachers, I guess we're only going to get your point of view, but as an overall teacher and personal point of view, have you lost faith in our current government, the way they've handled the teacher scenario? I think they've handled the whole scenario pretty well, being that it's only new, it's never been done, it's there. But do you think the whole teacher side of thing was handled?
I think. Look, I think for sure that we're a little bit jaded because it seems like all of these rules come into place and we're not allowed to do this and do this. And then there's always the exception, and the exception is the school. And I completely understand we need to be able to make a place available for those kids to come that are kids of essential workers. But does that come to the detriment of us, to the detriment of my family, our mental health, our physical health? What did that look like, And for any politician in this job, I don't think there was a right way to handle this and a wrong way to handle this. We haven't seen this. They haven't seen this. They're doing what they think is necessary. And hopefully we're just on the other side of that, which is okay. I'm very lucky in the profession that I do have, that I've got some amazing, amazing teachers around me who are also amazing, amazing mates. And I've never felt so supported as a teacher as I do right now. from our schools.
So you're ready to get rolling? See your kids, have them all in one class instead of on
Let's do it.
on a screen.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
Do you think there's going to be a lot of? My thoughts were, being that the kids are now at home, getting schooled at home, and the way the parents deal with them. Do you think it's going to be a weird or awkward or a hard transition to go back into the classroom and have a teacher?
Sorry, for us or for my students?
I think for both.
For both, yeah, absolutely. And I think in our job that we transition and we wear lots of hats as a teacher. I mean, we're not just teacher hat. We've got first aid hat, we've got mum hat, we've got best friend hat. We've got all of these different roles that support these kids. And I think we will, we're pretty adaptable. We saw it going into this phase. We saw it being able to completely change overnight, but this is going to be hard for the kids, and it already is very hard for all of these kids. I mean, hearing them online, it breaks your heart. They just want to get back in and do it too. They're so young that the best thing for them is routine, and everything has just been pulled away from them. And I know, like, for our family, our daughter hasn't seen even the supermarket for like 6 weeks. And the area
she hasn't seen much
Yeah.
of, actually.
No, she hasn't, and she's been such a champ, so much better than we've handled it, to be honest. But
Man.
yeah, the demographic I work in, lots of high rises, lots of kids that don't have a backyard they can just go and unleash in. So I think this is going to be much harder for them than it is going to be for us.
And the question that I have is probably the most important one. Do you think teachers get paid enough?
Oh, shit, no.
I've been told, people have told me that you're just glorified babysitters. Is that true?
Yeah, man, that's all we do. We just sit around and eat popcorn. Fuck off. Are you kidding me?
Look,
You live with a teacher now.
Yeah, I live with a teacher now. Before, I thought teachers just turn up, do what they have to do, and as soon as that bell rings, they fuck off home. Wow, you're up at like nearly 4:45, 4:30, and 4:30, 4:45 in the morning. You're gone by 5:30 to be at school by 6.
Yep.
And then you're home at about maybe 5:30, 6 o'clock at night. And then even then, you come home, you cook dinner, you look after our daughter. I try to help you where I can. I mean, it might not be much help, but,
No, it's pretty shit.
fair enough. And then you're back at it, kind of planning stuff again for the next day. Does it ever end?
No. And that's what it is. And I don't think it ever ends for a teacher.
And a lot of parents don't understand this. And that's the thing. A lot of parents don't understand that your day isn't done at the bell, and your day starts at 6.
Yeah, no, we're a 9 to 3 with 60,000 weeks of holiday a year. What a life.
You don't even get all those holidays. Again, we just had 2 weeks holidays. You probably had a week off. And then the second week, you were planning for the next lot of school days. So yeah, you don't get as many as everyone thinks. So,
No, and I think in this profession, you never sort of switch off ever. Everything you see is like, oh, I'm going to show my kids out, or oh, we should do that, or this and that, or you come home at night and you're like, oh, geez, Tommy, there was just something off about Tommy today. And it sits with you, and it sits with you.
And I mean, this is just you personally, but
Yeah.
as a teacher, I can see you take home, you bring home a lot of stuff from what's happened in the day. If
Absolutely.
something happens or somebody's upset, or you bring that home with you. You don't just leave it at work, and when you come home, you want to chat to me and you want to have a talk to me about what's happening during the day. And I've gotten very used to, first thing when we get home is, you come in with Mila, our daughter. You know, you might start cooking, but you know, I sit down and I wait for you to kind of decompress your day out to me, and I quite enjoy it because I like to hear what's going on. But I also know it's I guess it's mentally soothing for yourself to be able to have a chat to somebody who's not in the industry, to listen to what you got, plus you know, your husband listening to you as well.
No, of course. And I think debriefing is a very important part of the job too, because like if you don't feel it, then, you know, you've obviously disconnected or whatever. But ultimately, regardless of how much we might whinge, we might not get holidays, we work so hard. We're not here to pat ourselves on the back, because ideally, at the end of the day, I'd not see myself doing anything else. And that's what's important. That's what we need to take from all of this, is that I don't do it for the money, because I'm sure I could get more money somewhere else. I don't do it for, you know, any high profile
and
societal awards.
And this is the thing, like you went and did nearly, 4 or 5 years of uni, masters, everything to get your teaching degree. And it still hasn't stopped after that, because you then have to... you have to get accreditations, anything like that. So technically, you can go up to about 6 years if you let it.
Of course, and that's across most professions.
Yeah,
though. I mean, there's always.
But then you make the money you're making, where somebody like me, where I've been in the industry I've been in for 10 or plus years, but I don't have any degree or anything behind me. I've learnt on the job, though I get paid a lot more than your normal teacher, which that to me seems unfair.
Look, but again, like I said, fuck you for making more money than me first, but not in it for the money.
Nah, fair enough.
I could make more money elsewhere. I could, you know, branch off into lots of different things, but this is where I want to be. This is where I need to be, and I'm stoked with it. I'm very lucky.
Look, this is a part of the show where I usually give out a Facebook page or tell you to go like or follow, but this is not going to happen at this one. But what I will tell you to do is, parents with kids that are going to school, you know, tell them to thank your teacher. Tell them to thank their teacher.
But also, can we say, rather than thanking us, God, we miss them. Can you tell them we miss them?
Yeah.
We miss their faces every single day in our classrooms.
And if you don't have kids, you know, thank a teacher that you might be going to uni. Thank anybody. Like, just let them know.
I'd take a second to thank the parents.
Ugh.
I mean, holy shit. I teach your kids. We know. We know exactly what they're like. And we told you this, and we said, hey, Johnny needs to listen. Johnny doesn't do this. Oh, but Johnny does it at home. Mate, we fucking told you.
Yeah, imagine that, like all these teacher-parent interviews where you're like telling the parent how the kid is, and they're like, no, my Johnny,
that's not my kid.
Johnny. Now they've had to spend 6 weeks with them, homeschooling them, and they're probably going, fuck, she was 100%. Right.
She was fucking right the whole time. My kid is an asshole. But we love your assholes, because they become our assholes every school year.
Shaping young minds.
Yes.
Yeah? Shaping young minds. And then,
but this has been a
when
huge
they get to high
transition.
School, they're assholes again.
Yeah, no. They never stop being assholes, promise. All the way through.
Well, I never
all the way
being
through.
An asshole.
No, and look at you.
Yeah, well, you married me.
Aren't you just? Yeah, but I was obviously drunk.
Well, that's what I intended, and it obviously worked. So great.
But just quickly as well, we're on the thanking the mums and the dads. This has been the biggest challenge you have probably ever faced in your whole lives. Not once have we ever intended for you to homeschool your kids. We would be so glad that you took lots of time to spend with each other and get to reacquaint yourselves. I know that we've had the opportunity in my household to just slow down and enjoy some time together without having to be anywhere.